Alright, so these are the daily habits of professional MMA fighters. So, for example, Ilia Topuria. So, habits are basically what kind of makes a successful person, basically. So, it, all of your success is determined by your daily habits today and tomorrow, and repeating it consistently. Right, so that's what a habit is. It's just something that you do consistently for a number of days until you achieve that sort of goal. So everything is like based on your habits. Like whether you make it professional or not, it's all just your habits. All right, so here's my story. So my habits before, they used to just be like video games, like, junk food, all of that stuff, right? Before I would play video games for like literally like 8 hours a day. If you if you don't know, I used to play Minecraft back in the day. Like if anyone knows, like, I used to play like Minecraft Bedrock Edition, and I'd literally play it for like 8 hours a day. Like I wouldn't even go outside. Just literally, even during summer, it would be like sunny outside. I'd wake up at like 12 in the like 12 like in the afternoon, or like even 1 p.m. So like literally 1 in the afternoon, I'd wake up. I'd go to sleep maybe like like 5 a.m. even like 4 a.m. 5 a.m. because I'd be up all night just speaking to people from like the North American servers where they've got like different time zones. So what I mean, that was like those were like my habits back in the day, like before I even trained MMA or anything. And now I've won like the nationals in my country, and like what I mean, I went from this guy, like, what I mean, no one like wanted to speak to me. I was quiet, I was really introverted, I was shy. I would play games all day. I would scroll on my phone like for literally like 4 hours before I slept. I'd like watch endless content, all of that, and then now I'm like, what I mean, I've fixed all of that. I've like become a national champion. I got my blue belt in like 6 months of training. I've like, what I mean, I've won multiple tournaments. I've got like six golds back here, I think. What I mean, I've competed a lot in jiu-jitsu. What I mean, I've made a lot of progress basically. I've built muscle, all of that. So basically, what I'm trying to teach you is that how you can go from point A to point B, and that's literally all. That is like the whole point of habits basically. And in this video, I'm just going to teach you what the habits of professional MMA fighters are. So I've watched a lot of like Ilia Topuria, and just like the way his habits like kind of work. And there's a few habits that he does particularly, right? So firstly, you have to learn that sleep is everything. So I'm not going to go too deep into this because you've probably heard everyone, oh yeah, sleep, sleep, sleep. But to be fair, if you are like, your sleep should actually be the number one priority. So there, number one, firstly, even maybe above your training. So sorry, I was drinking water. But how to improve sleep, right? So in my opinion, there's a few ways, but the ways that have worked for me personally, right, is sleep regularity, your mental health. So like how, because if you have a shitty attention span, you like scroll all day, you're kind of going to be tempted by that, and like, what I mean, you're not really conscious. So next we got a night routine, and then also lastly is that quantity, and then blue light. These are probably the five things that have genuinely improved my sleep personally, right? So, regularity, right? So many people just focus on like, oh yeah, no, I should get 8 hours of sleep, I should get 9 hours of sleep, but no one thinks what sleep regularity is that you fall asleep at the same time every single day. So, for example, you should fall asleep within the same 15 minutes every single day. So, say if you pick a time that you're going to go to bed for like pretty much the rest of your life. Obviously, you're going to have some days where you might not fall asleep. So, for example, for me, it's 10 o'clock, right? So, from 10 to 10:15 for the rest of my life, I obviously I'm not going to fall asleep every like all the time for my whole life at this specific time. Sometimes it might be to 11, sometimes it might be to 12. If there's a party, okay, cool. But for most of your life, most of your day, especially if you're gonna fight soon, fall asleep within this range. You should be in bed. And if you can't sleep, then don't be mad at yourself. The only goal is to get to sleep at this specific time. Now, so right now, what you should do, go and set yourself a time that you're gonna fall asleep. Set an alarm for the time you literally have to be in bed, and then go to sleep at that time. Right? Okay, mental health. So basically what that is, okay, is just literally presence. So, and that comes from meditation. So fuck, handwriting. So what meditation basically is that, say if all you do so you sit on your chair, for example. Set a timer, so you could be like 10 minutes. It could be like, if you're starting out, it could even literally be like 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 1 minute, and then whatever, right? You're gonna focus. You're gonna focus on your breath, right? So you're focused, like present. You're gonna unconsciously lose focus, so your brain's gonna drift away from that focus. So say if your brain goes here, so you're thinking about just random things, like, I don't know, your dog or something, your dog, or like what you're gonna eat, right? You remember that you've lost focus, so that now you're conscious of that. So conscious that you've lost thought, and then the next step is to just literally just focus. That's it. So it's literally a three-step process. Focus. You lose your focus. You realize you've lost focus, and then you refocus. Like doing that is like one bicep curl for your brain, basically. That's one rep plus one rep. The more you do that, the more present you'll get, and the more present you get, the less likely you'll be to like randomly go scrolling on your phone, for example, right? So, and like do anything else. Nextly, night routine. So, for example, you could actually have your like meditation during your night routine. Then also like set literally a routine for yourself. So my routine is literally, what I do is I go shower. So I think it's shower, and then I eat something light. So obviously you don't want to eat any, like, obviously light. So you're not going to eat anything heavy, because then you're going to be digesting food while sleeping. And then what I do is I think literally I'll just brush my teeth. Then I would plan. Oh, so I'd plan my day tomorrow. So literally, I'd write out what I'm gonna do tomorrow, and then I'll like watch courses, and like I'll listen to books, read books, listen to audiobooks, watch like educational videos and stuff, and then literally I'll just go sleep. Like on my bed, I'll watch content, right? So yeah. So quantity. So I would say like 8 to 10 hours. You don't really don't need to go any further than that. And then blue light. Okay, cool. So literally the best way I've found to avoid like blue light basically is two things, right? Actually, even three things. So firstly, just avoid bright lights. That's number one. All right. So just avoid like really bright overhead lights that are like, especially those white coloured ones. You just shouldn't be in a room full of them. The second thing is on your phone, literally just put the night light on. So the night light on your phone, put that on, lower your brightness when using it. And the third thing is buy a pair of blue light glasses, so that obviously you can see and everything, right? And if you just listen to everything I said here, like your sleep will literally get, I'm not even joking, probably like 80% better. And 80% is a lot, mate. That could literally be the difference between you becoming a world champ, like you literally becoming a world champion, and you like losing every amateur fight you've ever like gotten in your life. You know what I mean? Just so, first thing, improve your sleep. Every like professional athlete, they all have really good sleep, and like, you know what I mean? You could see why. Next, so isolated training. So I got this from Ilia Topuria, right? But during his like off season, right, he actually doesn't train any MMA, but instead he trains like the individual martial arts. So like BJJ and wrestling, boxing, Muay Thai, or like he trains it individually. He doesn't train the MMA inside, unless he is inside of camp, but he trains it individually. And I thought this was actually quite interesting, right? Because right, like imagine like you not training your sport, but you're training like kind of the individual like little constraints and like the little aspects of it, right? And I think honestly, you could train the same way because I feel like you'd be better at MMA because I've noticed right, most MMA guys aren't really like any like good at any of these individual martial arts. They're not really specialists. They're just kind of like guys who kind of just know everything else, like like a jock of all trades. But if you start just focusing more on individual martial arts and learning that instead of just learning the full thing of MMA. Although you can do MMA if you want, like genuinely, like that's okay. But I heard this from Ilia Topuria, and he trains all of these individually. So for example, in your routine, like say if like you don't do any MMA sessions, but you do one jiu-jitsu session a week, one wrestling, one boxing, one Muay Thai. I feel like that way you could actually learn the individual aspects quite well. But although you could, instead of that, you could also, I don't think it hurts to just have one MMA session, just so like you kind of learn how to put it all together. But this is just something I kind of want to teach you, right? So some people literally like training the martial arts individually, and I found this to be quite helpful actually. So what I'd do, I'd even literally just ignore these ones and I'd focus on my biggest weakness. So say if in MMA I'm good at striking, I'm good at like my takedowns and everything, but my jiu-jitsu is shit. I'm like I keep on getting submitted, I keep on getting my back taken, I keep on like I can't submit anyone, I can't get to position. So I would reduce my wrestling, boxing and Muay Thai down to like quite low, and I would increase my sessions of jiu-jitsu, and I wouldn't even train much of anything else. But there was a point even I wasn't training any of this because I was competing quite a lot in jiu-jitsu. But if you want to improve in one area, you need to just like heavily focus, like essentialize, prioritize the one area that you want to improve in, and then get it. So say if right your striking's there and your wrestling's there, like wrestling's quite high as well. Let's say that. Let's say your striking's up here. Your wrestling's there, but you're not as good as your striking. But your jiu-jitsu's here, like so. Your BJJ is here, right? So what you could do is lower the amount of sessions you do for striking and wrestling. So lower it and increase your BJJ sessions. Increase it until this bar grows to maybe here, and then say if it grows to like up here, and now your jiu-jitsu's gotten better than your wrestling now, you'd say. So then you start constraining into your wrestling, and then you get that up, and now you want to improve your striking again because now your striking, like your wrestling and jiu-jitsu is caught up. So then you focus on your striking now. So you ignore these two, and then you focus on just this and grow it through the roof, basically. But yeah. So anyways, that's just an idea I wanted to tell you. Now next. Oh shit. So napping. So this is quite simple. So say if you're already sleeping like 8 to 10 hours. Usually I never really feel the need to nap, but napping throughout the day is also like a habit I've seen Ilia Topuria especially do, right? And also just other fighters do. They literally nap in between sessions to recover. And if you're doing 2 sessions a day, I actually see that to be quite beneficial, right? If you're napping in between your sessions and everything. I've noticed everyone who trains like twice or more a day, they all nap, and they all probably should as well. It's just good for recovery and everything. A little tactic I've heard of, right? I saw it somewhere, but it's called like a nappuccino. So it's basically like mixing a power nap, so a power nap, with like a coffee as well. So what would happen, right, is that you just you drink a coffee, right? So say if there's that, you drink, say if that's a coffee, right, and you consume it, and literally straight away you just go and take a nap. So say if that's your bed, you drink that straight away. You just go and nap for like 10, 20, or 30 minutes. I don't think it should be more than 30 minutes because that's when the effects of caffeine start kicking in. But what usually happens, caffeine usually takes about like 20, 30 minutes to like start getting the effects in. So literally you could go to sleep whilst after straight away drinking the coffee, and then once you wake up, you'll be more energized as well because you get the effects of caffeine, but then also you get the effects of like a deep nap as well. But anyways, that's something you could consider. You don't have to, but if you want like quick energy, you want like a power nap or something, just try it out. You know what I mean? But yeah, so conclusion. So basically, the three things I said, it was sleep, isolated training, and then also napping. Now, if you want like a full like educational thing, I'll probably be releasing a school community. So basically, if you want like premium education of like how to actually like in detail how to improve your sleep, how like isolated training works, like how to properly recover, or like just anything else. Like even like I literally go into full detail about like how you build athleticism as like a fighter, for example. So if you want like a full guide on that or anything, just I'll probably be releasing it. Go comment down like below and just if you want it. If I see one comment below, I'll start making the school community, right? So anyways, yeah, thanks for watching.